Okay, so in this video we are going to talk about the args and quarks. Args and quarks, as you can see, these are the arguments which are going to be passed through the functions. So let's say we are having a function def. Def is the keyword used for defining the function, and name of the function is team. And I'm going to pass some parameters a, b, sorry, B, C, and D. So these are the parameters, and now I'm going to define it, and in the definition I'm going to print all these values. So print A, B, C, uh, C, and D. So these are the values which will be printed. Okay, so now I'm going to call this function. um, you have to mention the name of the function, and inside this you have to pass the arguments. So let's say we are having the arguments like John and Jason, Keith, Tim. Okay, so 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, yeah. So I passed four arguments. Just hold on. Yeah, so I passed four arguments here, and here parameters are 4, so this will match and this will work perfectly. So sorry, yeah. Okay, so run this. So all these values a, b, c, d are replaced by these arguments, and all these values are printed. It's a simple function. So let's say if I want to add a new team member here, say Sam. Not like this. Yeah, Sam. So what I need to do is I need to add a parameter here, and in the print statement also I must make some changes. Okay, so now if I am going to run this new name is added. So as you can see, when we need to add some new members or new values to the function, we need to make the change to the definition, and whatever the statements I have added, as you can see the print statement is here, I need to make the changes into that statement also. So what we can do is we need a function which is scalable. Means when I'm going to call this function, it should be scalable. Means if I add some more values, these values should be reflected here automatically. I need not to change the name, the means need not to change the parameters or inside some statements. Okay, so for that what we can do is we are going to access a list. So let's make this a list. The name of the list is team, and as we know the list is put inside the square brackets. So this is a list now which is containing the name of the team members, and how we can access is by using the asterisk args. And args is a convention which we use normally, but you can give it any name, so that's not a problem. So but try to use the same name args. Okay, so what this will do, it will take all the parameters which you have specified, and as we know these variables are no more existing, so let's change the print statement also. So for printing I need to access the args, as the name of the parameter is args, and I'm going to access the index number 0. So this list is containing these values, and we are trying to access all these values one by one. Asterisk means all the values will be accessed whatever you are going to mention inside the call, and I'm going to print the first value, means the 0th index, means the John value. Okay, so now I'm going to call this function again, team, and inside this what you need to pass is team, but as it's the list, and as you can see I have put asterisk here, so I must put asterisk here also, and I'm going to pass this team which is a list. But when we are passing this is I should change the name, I guess. Yeah, let me change the name of the Okay, so team A. Okay, so now it's better. Okay, so this is the list which is containing the name of the team members, and now I'm calling it, and when I'm calling it I'm passing all this list, right? So all these values are passed, and here I'm accessing all the values, right? And I'm just printing the first value. Let's run this again. Okay, so it accessed first index value which is shown, and what if I want to access all the values? So let's change this also, and I'm going to use the f string here. So I think you remember previous video where I defined the f string, so just use that. Okay, so I'm going to use f string, and I'm going to print all the values. For that you have to use the for loop, right? So for item is a new variable in args is the name. Here you need not to put the asterisk. Okay, so for item in args, one by one values from the args are saved inside the item, and we are going to print this item. So let's keep it simple right now. Okay, so I just printed the item. Okay, so is there any error? I don't think so. Yeah, print item. Okay, so indentation is not done properly, I think so. Okay, so all the values are printed one by one. Values from the list are saved into the item, and all the values are printed: John, Jason, Keith, Tim, Sam. Okay, so all these values are printed. What I have done here is I have passed list as an argument, and args is going to provide you that facility where you can access all the values. If I'm going to change anything here, for example I'm going to add a new member, Rohan. So this time I need not to change the argument part, parameter part, and need not to change anything here, right? So because I have passed all the members as a team, and this list is passed. And see, one more thing, if you are going to pass any list or tuple, it will simply take the tuple. It will just convert whatever you are going to pass, whether it's a list or a tuple. It will take it here as a um, tuple. Okay, so let's run this. So as you can see, I just added a new name here in the list, and new name is reflected here, right? So this is scalable now, right? I hope you understand this part. Okay, so let's say I want to pass a normal argument also here. So what we can do is I'm going to add a team leader, team lead. Okay, so let's say team lead is Cody. Oh, it should be a string. So team lead is Cody. Let me indent it first. Okay, so the team lead is Cody, and I want to pass this here also. So what we can do is we just write the name of the variable, team lead, which is a normal argument, and this part is at least. See, first thing you need to keep in mind is if you are passing a normal argument and a list, then you must mention the normal argument first and then the list. Okay, otherwise it will show you an error. Okay, so as I have made some changes here, so I must make some changes here also. So I'm going to write some variable name here also, and let me use this also. So before printing all these values, print, and now I'm going to use the f string. Okay, so first name of the variable, which is leader, and now I'm going to add some string, is the team lead. Okay, so let's run this again. Okay, so F string has taken leader. Leader is a normal argument here, which is replaced by the team lead, and team lead is a Cody. So Cody is the team lead. Cody is the team lead, and then I have printed the team member's name, right? Okay. So this is how we can access the list or a tuple. One more thing what we can do is, if I want to access a dictionary. Okay, we have already studied about the keyword arguments, so let's discuss that part also. What we can do is, if we are having a dictionary, let's say I'm going to give it a name, team role, and the dictionary is defined inside the curly brackets. Okay, so let's say I'm going to define their roles. So first is John, and this is the key, and the corresponding value is, let's say he is the goalkeeper. I think the spelling is right. Yeah. Okay, so Jason is the key, and I'm going to give it a value. Jason is the defender. Okay, defender, there should be no space. Okay, so next is the Keith, and he is again the defender. Okay, and one more name, let's take Tim. Tim is attacker. Okay, so this much is enough. Okay, so these are the values, and these are the keys and the corresponding value, and how I can pass this dictionary here, as it is containing the key and the value. So we pass this kind of dictionary as a kwords, means as a keyword argument. Okay, so when I'm going to call this, I'm going to pass this by using the double asterisk sign and the name of the dictionary, which is role, and now I'm going to print it here. I think there is no problem. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to print a statement here. Let me introduce the team also. Okay, so now how we can access it here is, first use the asterisk sign args. Okay, kwords. Okay, so this is how we can access the dictionary or the keyword arguments, and inside this what I'm going to do is, this is the dictionary, as if you remember how we access the dictionary. So this is how we can access it: key, value, because it is containing two things, key and the values. For key and values in kwords, I hope the spelling is right, quarks. Okay, so quarks, as I'm going to access both the keys and value, for that we use the item function, if you remember that. And now I'm going to print it. Print. Inside this I'm going to use the F string also, and now I'm going to use the key here. Key is a value here. Okay, so it is going to take key and the values, means key and the values, and this is just a string which will be added here. So let's run this, and let me indent it first. Okay, it's not done. Okay, so let's run this. There is some issue here. Let me see. Dictionary object has no attribute item. Okay, so it should be S, I guess, items. Yeah. First we printed the normal argument, which is here, and then we printed the list one by one. The values are accessed here. and then the dictionary key and the values are printed. Let's run this again. Okay, so Cody is the team lead and these are the name, and let me introduce the team also, which is printed here, and then all the key and the values are printed in this manner. Key means John and is a value is a goalkeeper, right? So if I'm going to add any value to the team or the dictionary theme role, these will be automatically reflected inside these functions. You need not to change anything here. Okay, so this is how you can use the args and quads. Okay.